first of all, as my viewing public knows, my 36 listeners, all 36 of them, 30 of which are probably family.
37.
37. Thank you. I am a staunch, I think I'm almost an elder millennial because I was 1990. As I learned from two of your friends recently, I'm 7 years older than them because that's how math works. And that was actually great. I was in this conversation and they were like, "Wow, so when I was 7, you were 14." And I went, "Yes, that's how math works. What else do you want to know?"
It's funny, not to go off topic, but this morning I was at the gym and we were talking about gym math because I was trying to figure out how much I was deadlifting, and I had a 35 on each side and a 25, and so my trainer was like, the way I do it, it's gym math. I just look at everything as a 45-pound plate. So I say, okay, this is obviously at least 45, and then I would subtract the 15 to give you whatever number. And I'm like, oh, makes total sense. I mean, I totally get it because it doesn't make sense unless you go to the gym. But I mean, being able to add 45 and 45 because that's 90, and then you add the bar, which is 45, so there's 135. Anyways,
I get it, but I'm terrible at gym math, so I always end up probably with too much weight. It's actually why I hurt my back 2 weeks ago, was because I was supposed to be squatting 170, and that's not a big number, mind you. But I was squatting, I think I ended up squatting closer to 190 instead. And then I felt so great. And then I was doing RDL's dumbbells with 50-pound weights. So I was doing those and I just got like really excited and I was going too fast through them. And between the two of those, I just pulled my lower back, which again,
I think do a little more stretching. I think if you remember those VHS tapes where at the beginning of a movie it would tell you like coming soon to theaters, and it would like have the cool like blue and orange purple thing going on, and then it would give you a preview. If you remember that, you need to be stretching longer.
First of all, how dare you?
I was around for it too.
First of all, how dare you? Second of all, I refuse. I will not stretch. I do not stretch. I do not warm up. I do not stretch. I go right into my weight.
See, you probably could lift a whole lot more if you had good mobility.
Listen.
Are lacking. They are like have no mobility, so their body is not ready to handle the weight that they're putting on it.
Listen, I could do so many things with more mobility. Like I could do so many things with more mobility, but you know what? My daddy didn't stretch. My granddaddy didn't stretch. I'm not going to stretch. And the only funny news about that is that my younger brother is a trainer, and so he stretches. Like he can like bend his way up a flat surface and then lift 500 pounds. Like he's competing he's in a competition next week for being massive and must not like aesthetic, like actually like lifting weights, like a CrossFit thing or something. And he tells me all the time the same thing you're telling me. But you know what? He was born in 1996. If I listen to him, he wins.
Is he single?
He's married. He's married.
I'm kidding.
He is Ian. Ian, I know you're married, and you're married to your lovely wife Anna, who I also love dearly, and your dog Mozzie, who is just a dear, sweet little dog. But I know last time you went home that you slept in my bed. No, it's the only point I bring to that is that he is my trainer. So like, he structures my workouts, he structures my diet. Like I should realistically I should be mobile. Like I should have all these stretches down.
Well, it's not like osmosis. Like you can't just hear about it and then like it just happens. You actually have to act on it.
I know, but he tells me the stretches. He's given me the stretches. He's led this horse to water. Don't
drink the water.
I'm just staring at it like I'm dumb. I don't know what to do with that.
Oh, yikes.
This
Yikes.
is this
My
men.
back is hurting for you, and I don't have back problems.
There you go. My back's fine now. I healed it with my mind.
Uh,
This is sort of my joking theory. I end up giving a lot of dating advice on this podcast, so I guess why wouldn't I throw some in here as well?
don't even ask me about dating advice. Like,
I'm not gonna ask you. Don't worry.
because we can put this on the internet because I don't care. You told me you would ask about my experience on Saturday night, and so I'm here to tell you. Okay, I went out with some coworkers, and picture it's like me in the middle, and then there's a coworker to my right and a coworker to my left. All right.
Okay.
The coworker to my left is plastered drunk. I'm sober, and then the one to my right is also sober. So there's this guy that walks up in a Carhartt jacket, and I look at my coworker to the right, and I said, "Hey, you think I should go talk to that guy?" He's like, "Yeah, do it." And the minute I was like, "All right, bet," the coworker to my left turns around, and she's like, "Megan, what would you rate that guy in the Carhartt jacket on a scale of 1 to 10? And I was like, "I'd go talk to him." And she's like, "Okay, bet." And she gets up and goes and talks to him.
Guys,
Perfect. Well, it turns out it was perfect situation, because he ended up telling her that he has a girlfriend of 2 years, but he's really looking for someone to hook up with that night. And I was like, "Oh, dodged a bullet. This is the dating pool. This is my generation. I don't understand."
all right, so I draw two lessons from that story. Ladies, number one, stop asking for opinions and just do it. Just go ask the guy. Go talk to the guy. I talked about this in another podcast. Help the man out. They're useless. They're useless in the dating world. Just go help them out and then find out if you like them or not, and then walk away if you don't. Also, men, this is for you. Carhartt jackets. Catnip for women.
No.
Catnip for women. They can't help it.
Our hearts on.
Men, it does not matter if you're a bleeding heart liberal from the heart of New York City. You throw that Carhartt jacket on, there is a sliver of hope that you can handle an axe, and it's done at that point.
Yeah, I wouldn't say all people can pull off the Carhartts. I mean,
Give a realistic percentage, though.
Work with your hands, maybe.
Listen. If you're a city slicker and you got to fake it, and you don't go to the gym, so you don't have even like a little bit of calluses, like your hands are normally like baby soft, grab yourself a pumice stone. Just rub it up a little bit.
It's actually a great idea, because I can't keep a callus to save my life. I get, and they like rip off. That's actually really disgusting.
Okay, so in other news, so if a callus rips off, make sure you put something in there to clean it, because that's not dating advice, that's just sanitary advice. We were on a very serious topic before we got here, and I don't remember how we got here.
Something about dating advice.
That was not the serious topic, good lord.
But the ultimate takeaway is that I have really no great dating advice, because my dating life, I actually swore off of dating this year for 2023. I was like, no more dating. And Nick's like, yeah, that's interesting, because I just heard a story. But
I can tell this was a recent swearing off.
But I kind of went off track there for a little bit, and then realized I was like, this is exactly why. So no, I think you know what, ladies, don't settle. Do not settle. The right person is out there for you. And yeah.
So, ladies, not all Carhartt is gold.
No, it's not. Some of it's literally rusting in the rain, not to quote Tyler Childers, but
well, if you're going to quote somebody, I'd prefer that instead of Morgan Wallen. Not that he's not great.
I love Morgan Wallen.
There's nothing wrong with the music. I would just say I'm not, like, if my sister said to me, "Oh, Morgan Wallen, his lyrics are so deep." No, they're not. They're not that deep.
I think they're just relatable.
Sure. Relatable, sure.
They're deep, but they are relatable and they got a good beat to them. So it's like, hey.
Well, listen, that's half of music nowadays. Is that it's not like you used to have really good, really interesting, really deep storytelling in music and country music and even pop music. So even a lot of pop music. Most of like Stevie Wonder's catalog is like fascinatingly deep. Same with Michael Jackson. That's and that was specifically the part of his songs that I'm referring to is the hee hee. Yeah, that's the deep part. But like, you know, beat it.
But
yeah. Excuse me. But anyways, so back to you being the authority on leadership in uncomfortable situations. So I'm saying that, and we can kind of see, and you had talked about it before we went off on the tangent of the train wreck that is your dating life.
I'd say it's like a fender bender.
I would say at 25, there's no such thing as a train wreck of a dating life, because you're young at that point. Like it's nonsense for that to be a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, we were talking about how kind of the growth of cell phones and social media and all of that, I feel like that's had an impact, but I don't really know because I don't spend a lot of time around people who are Generation Z at all. Like, I just don't know. I know two 22-year-olds, and they're both actors, and actors are garbage human beings anyway. Neely and Freddie, if you hear this, you know I'm kidding.